The Grimwade family actually showing real life despite social media feeding us all that real hype. We just some real guys trying to give some high definition to reality. Family acrobatically juggling lives, smothered in crowds to avoid eternal casualty trust. It ain't easy, but teamwork make the dream work. It's me, Ella, Hezzy, Hosanna, Harper and Hallie. And I ain't forget that has a rage and the family.
Mom.
Yes, Raya.
Mom.
Yes, Roo.
Something.
Watch something.
Yeah.
I think you're tired. I think you need to watch the back of your eyelids, babes. Yeah, this is our routine right now, guys, with Azariah. He's like, Mom, Mom. But it's okay, because I love him. And yeah, that is the patience that a mummy will just display. Correct? Am I correct?
Yeah, I'd say so. What do you reckon, guys?
Yeah. That's definitely right.
I am now 32 weeks pregnant, guys, so the patience that I'm displaying plus this tummy that I'm carrying, it's a lot of stuff, but I'm getting through and I'm feeling, well, how would you guys describe that you think mummy's feeling?
She's feeling quite tired and like her back's hurting her, and she needs help a lot of the time because she can't always bend down to get the clothes because otherwise her back starts hurting. And she just needs to just lay in sometimes, but she wants to get up and get everything done before we wake up. But
that's a real challenge.
Yeah.
Because you lot wake up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah, but that's not how it should be when mummy's pregnant. She should just get her rest when she needs it. She should have a nap in the middle of the day if she needs to, if she's feeling that tired, because otherwise she can't function properly.
I'd love that. That would be great.
Yeah.
And guys, we need to just stay in our bed. It's not really a problem with me because I stay in my bed for quite a long time.
Yeah, because you like
But these
this
two, yesterday, they came up.
You.
This one and that Hallie over there. She came up, I came into our room. He usually does this, and then Hallie and Harper just done this out of the blue. They just got up, and then they started screaming and shouting and getting all hyper, and going into Hezzy's room. And I was like, oh, poor Hezzy, he's waking up now. And it was only 4 o'clock in the morning.
It was
or
5.
something.
I think it was 5,
5,
wasn't it?
It was way too early.
Was it 5?
It was. I think I remember people saying it was 5 something in the morning. But basically, of course, we've just come out of the Christmas period. We're going into the New Year's. We don't really do New Year's because with young children, it's a lot to do. So we're kind of trying to get back into the swing of life now. And it was they'd been up late one night and then they still got up early, at the crack of dawn, before the sun has risen. There should be no children up in the house before the sun has risen.
But when you got a Hezzy...
I love to wake up early. It's just natural. When I wake up, I can't really go back to sleep.
I was like that, to be fair, as a kid.
I find it really hard. Yeah, there's just something in me. I just want to get up once I've opened my eyes.
It will be interesting to see how that changes as he gets older, because I hear a lot of parents saying, oh, watch when they get into their kind of adolescent phase. Yeah, when they're really growing and hitting puberty, it's then hard to get them out of their beds. But we shall see. We shall see what happens.
I think with Hez, it might be a little bit different because he's always trying to get up and do football and rah, rah, rah. So as long as you stay focused, son.
Yeah, especially now I've got my rebounder that I got for Christmas. I'm I just want to get outside and play with that now.
Yeah,
because that's really fun.
This one, why are you always up at the crack of dawn? Because you run off the same brain as Hezzy?
Yeah.
They are like 2 peas in a pod, Hezzy and Hallie. So similar, it's unreal. And it's funny how we've kind of had the pattern of kids, Hezzy and Hallie are quite similar in the way they are. They're very energetic, will get up early in the morning and want to just get going. And then Harper and Hosanna are the ones a bit more chilled out, I would say. Would be happy to kind of lay in for a bit, read a book. And I don't know, Azariah is just his own breed. Aren't he? Oh, look he's having a nap. You going for a nap, Roo? To be fair, Azariah is a little bit under the weather. So this morning when he got in our bed, he had quite a high temperature. So I think that's why he's also a bit fussy. But I
think it's also to do with him being a picklebot.
Are you a picklebot?
Roo, you're a picklebot.
Yeah, I need to call your brother over here so I can cane her his hair. Might have to budge out of the way for a little bit.
Hezzy has to come in now.
Yeah, so we can stop looking like Sideshow Bob.
Yeah.
Is it from The Simpsons?
Uh-huh.
And I can just neaten it up so that he can train and actually see what he's doing.
Yeah.
But Hezzy was right, with me being now about 32 weeks pregnant, I'm excited because there's like only 8 weeks left to go, and I was discussing with the girls. Not long now. I was discussing with the girls in the car. They was like, so how long is that? How long is that going to take? I'm like, well, 8 weeks is the same as 2 months pretty much. So they're like, oh my gosh, that's not long. And I knew that once I got into December and Christmas and New Year's, it was going to just fly by. But Hezzy is right in that my back is just aching me, and the kids have been very helpful. Isn't it, Hosanna? What do you do every time I go to try and pick something up?
I go, no, Mum, stop, let me do it. And then I just pick up the bags for her, even though it might be a bit heavy for me.
It's all
just
good.
Bags.
And you hold my elbow?
Yeah, and when Mummy tries to get up, and she's like struggling to get up, I just like help her up, and I'm like, Mum, do you need some help? And pick her up.
Which is very kind of you, Hosanna, and I'm very grateful for it. Thank you very much. And Hezzy does the same. Like today I'd gone out to the garage and I was coming back through with just a small bag of washing, and he ran to the door quickly to try and open it for me, and I think I just got through before you managed to open it. It's like, oh darn it, I was trying to get the door for you, Mum. I was like, oh thank you, it's so kind of you. Yeah. So the chivalry is real, which is great and very important, I would say, for a big mama who is 32 weeks pregnant.
Yep.
And she, baby in the tummy, she's moving quite a lot. Still, I wouldn't say she's quite as active as Hazariah was at this stage, thank the Lord. But because I'm thinking maybe she won't be quite as active. Maybe she'll be a Hosanna and Harper brand to be a bit more calm. But yeah, she definitely moves around, and like, especially when I sit down in the evenings, I think there's something I was told many years ago when I was carrying one of the other children, that when you're like moving around in pregnancy in the daytime, basically like the baby doesn't get to use so much of your oxygen source. So when you sit down, you then get to like relax, of course, and the baby uses up more oxygen, and that's why they probably move around more when you're sat down, like in the evenings. And the other night when I was like sitting down on the sofa, I literally was like showing Tim, there was like a lump here where she was lying, so my tummy was kind of protruding on this side more than on that side, and then she squirmed to the other side. It's just funny, it's like I've got a little alien in there. What's the matter? You can't have my phone, sweetie, not in a minute. Oh,
this
come.
is a sick baba.
Do you want to do your spelling app thing? Do you want to try and do that? Okay, all right then. If that's what you want to do, you may do it. But it's just it wasn't loading very well this morning, so we'll see. Yeah, you go and take it over there and do your letters. Oh, Hazariah, I wonder, for the Grimwade gang that don't know...
Can you, by any chance, I think this is what Mummy was going to ask you to do, can you count to 10?
Hosanna, ask him to see if he'll count to 10.
Can you count to 10 and you'll have the phone back? Go. Talk up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good boy.
Well done. Quality. Top
So the
quality.
Grimwade gang that already follow us on Instagram and would have probably seen Hazariah counting on our Instagram stories the other day, and he just started literally doing it out of the blue, which is crazy. So if you don't follow us already and you want to keep up with what we're doing, it's at the Grimwade family on Instagram. And he's just learned to count to 10. And of course, I think with siblings around him that's so much older, he's obviously very stimulated by what he hears them doing, and he picks things up. So it's going to be crazy to see what this baby girl does, because she's obviously going to have 5 older siblings that I'm sure she's going to want to try and keep up with. So yeah, but as I was saying, she definitely was squirming and moving around a lot, which is obviously reassuring for myself as a mum, just to know that everything's okay. But apart from her feeling very, very heavy, because I think the last time I had her checked she was about 4.5 pounds or something, so I'm assuming she's probably reaching the kind of like 6 pound mark or something like that now. Apart from that, in this pregnancy so far, I've reached a stage where my neck skin has gotten very, I'd say, crocodile-like. It's really my eczema. I was just looking it up online before as to why your skin and your neck gets not only, well, mine gets eczema-y, but it gets darker as well. And I think it's called melasma or cloasma as well. There's another name for it. Or another name is the pregnancy mask, which I'm sure many of you have heard of before. And it's just because your body is creating a lot more melanin at this time for some reason. So that's definitely come up on my neck, and I'm finding that when I put my makeup on, there's just no way I can blend because the two tones are just totally different. But I know that once once I have the baby, that definitely changes and my skin colour kind of goes back to normal. But it's just more, it's not really the colour that bothers me right now. It's more the itchiness of my neck, and I'm trying to not scratch it and just like moisturise it and stuff, just to keep it from getting all crusty. But if there's anybody that has experienced anything like that, tell us what you guys use on your neck in pregnancy to try and keep it like from going too like rough around the skin area here. And it does happen like on your armpits, and it can be your inner thighs, but I think I've had it a bit on my armpits as well, but that started quite a lot.
On your armpits,
yeah, because I think one time we was going out and I must have been getting ready in the bathroom, and Tim was like, oh, okay, your armpits look different to usual. But yeah, so, and guys, like Hosanna especially has been asking me, Mummy, how big do you think she's going to be? And like, of course, each child, I think the succession of weights has been, Hezzy was the lightest.
Hezzy was very light, he was 6'10".
He was 6'10". See, Daddy is so good with all your weights and stuff. I could never remember the specific weights. But Hezzy was 6'10". I think Hosanna was 7'6".
Yeah.
Hallie was 7'7".
Yeah.
And then Harper jumped up to like 8'13".
Yeah, 8'13".
I was like, whoa. Harper, you were my big chunkalunk, weren't you?
Yep, I was.
Yes, you were.
You were a big girl.
I think it's those gorgeous cheeks.
It was that's it, the extra weight and those gorgeous cheeks you got there.
And then how much did Hazariah weigh? Because he wasn't as much as Harper. He was 8'9", 8.
No. Hazariah. How old? How heavy were you, buddy? Can you remember?
Heavy.
He was just heavy. He knows that much. He was just
There you
heavy.
go. He was heavy.
There we go. But Hosanna specifically has been saying, Mom, how big is she going to be? I don't want her to be too big.
I want to have her in my arms, and she'll be like tiny, and I can just cuddle her
Yeah.
and just like rock her in my arms. And then she'll
I'm
go
sure you
sleep,
will
and
be,
then
whatever size she is, Baba.
Yeah, I just want it to be small because it's not more cute, but like all babies are cute, but like it's more like
It's just, yeah. And also it will fit in your arm nicely and all that kind of
and
stuff.
you don't feel like it's just growing up so fast. You want it to stay a little small for a little bit.
Unfortunately, you all do that. The Grimwade Gang would even say you lot have grown up since they've been watching you like crazy. So
Yeah, so in this phase now, we're kind of starting to think about preparations for her arriving and stuff. And because I thought Hazariah was there last, I threw away the Moses. Well, I didn't throw it away. I put it in the garage, and then it got all mouldy. So then I had to chuck it. So that was the Moses basket. So do you think, guys, kids, that I should get another one, because the cot is actually in the girls' room at the minute? Okay, go on, Hez. What do you think?
I feel a bit scared with Moses baskets. Like, just as they get older, like, they'll start moving around, and then I feel like one day they'll drop out.
Well, I know with Rue, there was one day with Rue when we had him in his Moses basket, and he'd gotten to the point where he could lift his head up.
and we tip it over or something.
He didn't tip it over, but we just looked over and his head was just fully up.
Oh, that's it. And it was on the
looking
stand, because you know you can get the stands for them.
Yeah, and I think that's like what Hezzy means, because it does, when they get to that stage, it does feel a bit dangerous. And it doesn't take long, does it?
No.
To get to that stage at all. Look at me not concentrating and just messing up your camera. Let's start again. Yeah, it doesn't take long at all. So, girls, what do you think, though? Do you think she should go in a Moses basket or straight into the cot?
The Moses baskets are quite convenient because you can just take them downstairs and they're not too heavy. And cots are a bit harder to reach the baby. Well, not for you guys, but for like, if you go and ask me or Hezzy to get her out, I mean, it will be a bit hard for us to reach down, or even Hallie.
I can understand that.
Yeah, so Moses baskets, they're a bit more convenient because you can just quickly pick the baby up and take her wherever you need her to be at that time.
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense. Yeah.
and yeah, I think they're much more comfortable in a Moses basket than a cot. So yeah, it's just convenient.
Okay, and one more question. This one's for you, Hallie Bally. With most of my newborn babies, right, I tend to buy them white clothes and have them like in white stuff to start off with, and then as they get a bit older, whether it's a boy or a girl, kind of transfer to the typical boy or girl colours. But do you think, Hallie, should we start off with like lots of pink stuff, do you think?
Yeah!
You think we should?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want us to have some pink baby grows?
Yeah.
And what other stuff?
Mittens.
Yep.
Dummies, would they come in
She
pink?
could do, yeah. What about the kind of bib things?
Oh yeah, them bib thing. What are they called again? Muslin.
Yeah, okay, so you think it's a good idea to get lots of pink stuff?
Yeah.
And make her all pinked out.
And pink hats, because they have like little baby hats and like pink coats and stuff. So that would be really cool and cute.
That would be super cute, I think, definitely so. Okay, well, you know, there's not long to go, so we still have some time to prepare, which is good, because at the minute, if she was coming straight away, I'm sure I could, you know, deal with it.
I'm sure you can make it work.
I think we did a little preparation time. But yeah, we are excited for her upcoming arrival.
Yeah.
I can't believe now that it's just around the corner. And I'm sure, I don't know, Grimwade Gang, let me know whether you think this pregnancy's felt long or whether it's been quite short. People have say different things to me. To me, it's felt long. But yeah, we're almost there. Only 2 months left to go. And for now, we are going to say goodbye and thank you again for watching. Take care. Lots of love.
Bye!
So you think you were right? Bring it on, prove me